You know, we spend a lot of time on this show talking about mental health, and for good reason. Mental health is a crucial aspect of our overall well-being, and it affects every part of our lives. It's just as important as your physical health. Just like you wouldn't ignore a broken bone or a persistent cough, you shouldn't ignore your mental health either. You can't have one without the other. They are interconnected, and taking care of both is essential for a balanced life. But here's the thing, folks. Sometimes, your mental health can take a turn for the worse, and you might not even realize it. It can be subtle, creeping up on you slowly until it starts to affect your daily life. That's why today, we're going to talk about the 10 warning signs that your mental health might be declining. These signs can help you recognize when something is off and take action before things get worse. Now, I'm not saying that if you experience one or two of these signs, you're automatically in crisis. Everyone has bad days, and it's normal to feel down sometimes. But if you're noticing several of these signs, and they're starting to interfere with your daily life, it's time to reach out for help. It's important to pay attention to these signs and take them seriously. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. Seeking support is a courageous step towards healing and recovery. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Acknowledging that you need help and taking steps to get it shows resilience and self-awareness. So let's dive in and talk about these warning signs. Understanding them can make a big difference in your mental health journey.
We all feel down sometimes, right? It's a part of the human experience to have moments where we feel low or out of sorts. It's a normal part of life. These feelings can come and go, often influenced by our daily experiences and the challenges we face. But when those feelings of sadness stick around for weeks or even months, it could be a sign of something more serious. It's not just a fleeting emotion anymore, it becomes a constant companion. I'm talking about a persistent sadness that just seems to weigh you down, day in and day out. This kind of sadness can feel like a heavy burden that you carry with you everywhere you go. You might find yourself feeling hopeless, losing interest in things you used to enjoy, or having trouble finding the energy to get through the day. Activities that once brought you joy now seem meaningless. This isn't just a case of the blues, folks. It's more than just a temporary feeling of sadness or a bad day. This could be a sign of depression, and it's crucial to take it seriously. Depression is a medical condition that affects how you feel, think, and handle daily activities. Don't try to tough it out on your own. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talk to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, therapist, or your doctor. Opening up about your feelings can be the first step towards healing. Remember, you don't have to suffer in silence. There are people who care about you and want to help. Seeking support can make a world of difference.
Now, when you're feeling down, it's natural to want to withdraw a little bit. But if you find yourself consistently isolating yourself from others, avoiding social events, and neglecting your relationships, that's a big red flag. Think about it. When you're struggling, who do you turn to for support? Your loved ones, right? But when you withdraw, you're cutting yourself off from that vital lifeline. You might tell yourself that you're just giving yourself some space, or that you don't want to burden others with your problems. But the truth is, isolating yourself only makes things worse. It feeds those negative thoughts and feelings, and it prevents you from getting the support you need.
Let me tell you something. Sleep is crucial for our mental and physical health. It's the time when our bodies repair themselves and our minds process the events of the day. When your sleep patterns go haywire, it can be a sign that something's off in your life. Maybe it's stress from work, personal issues, or even underlying health problems. Are you suddenly struggling with insomnia, tossing and turning all night? This could be your body's way of telling you that something needs to change. Or are you finding yourself sleeping much more than usual, feeling exhausted even after a full night's rest? This could be a sign that your body is overwhelmed and needs more time to recover. These changes in your sleep patterns can be a major red flag when it comes to your mental health. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about your overall well-being. They can be a sign of depression, anxiety, or other mental health concerns. Ignoring these signs can lead to more serious issues down the line. Don't just brush it off as a minor inconvenience. Your sleep is a vital part of your health, and changes in your sleep patterns should be taken seriously. Pay attention to your body's signals and seek help if you're experiencing significant changes in your sleep. Talk to a healthcare professional, keep a sleep journal, and make lifestyle changes if necessary. Your health is worth it.
We all have our moments of frustration, but if you're finding yourself snapping at loved ones, getting easily agitated, or experiencing extreme mood swings, it's time to take notice. These sudden and intense shifts in your emotional state can be a sign that your mental health is deteriorating. One minute you might feel fine, and the next you're overcome with anger, sadness, or anxiety. These mood swings can make it difficult to maintain relationships, focus at work, or even just get through the day. It's like riding an emotional roller coaster, and it can be exhausting for both you and those around you.
What are you passionate about? What activities bring you joy? Now imagine losing interest in those things. That's a classic sign that your mental health might be suffering. The things you used to look forward to, the hobbies that once brought you happiness, now seem dull and unappealing. This loss of interest, also known as anhedonia, is a common symptom of depression and other mental health conditions. It's like the color has been drained from your life, and everything seems gray and meaningless.
You try to read a book, but the words just swim on the page. You sit down to work on a project, but you can't seem to focus your attention. Sound familiar? Difficulty concentrating is another common sign of declining mental health. It's like your brain is in a fog and you can't think clearly or remember things as well as you used to. This lack of focus can make it challenging to perform at work, keep up with responsibilities, or even engage in conversations.
Now, our eating habits can fluctuate for various reasons, but significant changes in your appetite can be a red flag when it comes to your mental health. Are you suddenly experiencing a loss of appetite, finding it difficult to eat even when you're hungry? Or are you turning to food for comfort, overeating to numb your feelings? These changes in your relationship with food can be a sign of depression, anxiety, or other mental health concerns.
When you're struggling with your mental health, it's easy to fall into a trap of negative thinking. You might start to feel hopeless, like things will never get better. The future might seem bleak and uncertain, and you might find yourself dwelling on past mistakes or regrets. These feelings of hopelessness can be incredibly debilitating, robbing you of your motivation and making it difficult to see a way forward. It's important to remember that these negative thoughts are not facts, they're symptoms of your condition.
You might think of mental health and physical health as separate entities, but the truth is they're deeply interconnected. When your mental health suffers, your body often feels it too. You might experience unexplained headaches, stomach aches, muscle tension, or fatigue. These physical symptoms can be your body's way of signaling that something is wrong. Don't ignore these signs. It's important to address both your physical and mental health to achieve overall well-being.
Now this is a tough one to talk about, but it's crucial. If you're having thoughts of harming yourself, please know that you're not alone and there is help available. These thoughts can be incredibly frightening and isolating, but it's essential to reach out for support immediately. Don't try to handle this on your own. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or call a crisis hotline. Remember, there is hope and things can get better. Your life is precious and you deserve to heal and thrive.
Look, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I know it can be overwhelming. But the most important thing to remember is this. If you're struggling with your mental health, you don't have to go through it alone. There are resources available to help you, whether it's therapy, medication, support groups, or simply talking to someone you trust. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to acknowledge that you need support and to take steps to improve your well-being. Remember, your mental health matters. Don't wait until things reach a crisis point to seek help. Take care of yourself and know that there is hope for a brighter future.